NBC 6 News Today at 9 starts now.
Right now at 9, 3 people, including a police officer, are waking up in the hospital after a nasty crash in Miami last night. But we're learning about their conditions this morning. Plus, deadly storms slammed parts of the South last night. Dozens are injured, and now the death toll is increasing to more than 30 people killed. Meanwhile, here at home, take a look right now. You're taking a live look outside as the high impact weekend for spring break continues. What to expect for your Sunday forecast in moments. All right, South Florida, thank you for joining us. I'm Shernay Mara.
And I'm Chelsea Ambriz. And I think a lot of people in town want to hit the beach fronts, want to get on the boat. Yeah. But we do have some concerns with red flag warnings for rip currents and small craft advisories for boaters. So that is all going to come in the form of windy conditions today. That's where I want to start the forecast. We have winds out of the southeast, upwards of 15 miles per hour or greater. You can see Fort Lauderdale, Pompano at 16, Miami at 13. That southeast wind is helping bring in the heat and humidity today. Not seeing any rain showers just yet, but want to point out that it's windy ahead of this cold front that is producing still active weather. Almost to the coast in Georgia and the Carolinas still experiencing that. This is part of a much larger system that we're watching here. Notice snow showers from St. Louis towards Chicago. With that said, the winds that we're seeing ahead of that front are producing rip current dangers in those areas in red. And as you get into the intercoastal, the bay, and out into the open waters, we have small craft advisories. Wave heights 3 to 6 feet the further out you get, so it'll be choppy not only inland and I should say in the intercoastal, and it will also be choppy, even choppier out on the water. But right now it's 77 degrees in Miami. Temperatures will be climbing back into the mid 80s today, feeling closer to 90 degrees with that humidity in place. So maybe the beaches are where you want to go. Just be mindful of any of the flags that are posted. Shernay.
The most accurate team in South Florida. NBC 6 First Alert Weather.
Well, I want to start with the temperatures across the country because Miami is one of the warm spots as a huge winter storm system is moving through the central United States, bringing severe weather along the cold front and bringing some winter snow closer to the Great Lakes. You can see it's 19 degrees in Minneapolis, below freezing at 30 in Kansas City, where we saw all of those strong and severe storms yesterday. Memphis, even Atlanta in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, just in that short little window here between the two cities. With that said, there is still a chance for severe weather in those areas. Back home, we aren't going to experience much rain today, maybe an isolated shower, better chance for rain as we head into the day tomorrow, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But first, here's the Broadwalk in Hollywood. Notice all the palm fronds. It's windy out there, and that is ahead of that front. We are shooting for the mid 80s today, an isolated rain chance. That wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, creating high rip current dangers. We might be seeing some marine life, some jellyfish and portions of the area as everything's getting churned up with the surf. Keep that in mind if you're headed to the beach fronts. With that said, I want to show you what we've been watching. We were talking about this winter system, this severe weather outbreak. This is Friday when we saw the strong storm setting up across the country. All of the LSRs, the local storm reports for tornadoes, started in the overnight hours Friday into Saturday. That's the most dangerous time because people are sleeping when severe weather moves through. So sometimes they don't wake up to those alerts when these strong storms move in. We were watching this into our day yesterday. This is when we were talking about the outbreak that was going to happen in the southeast. If you were with us yesterday morning, watch all of the tornado reports that spark up as this moves across areas of Mississippi into Alabama and Georgia. And taking it into this morning, we are seeing those tornado watches now expand into areas of northern Florida. There also has been an upgrade. We now have an enhanced risk for strong storms around the Pittsburgh area. This is for damaging wind within those thunderstorms. Because of this low pressure center, you're going to see a funneling effect within those downpours. So very windy conditions. If it's not rotating, it could be straight line winds that you'll see within the storms. With that said, there's snow on the backside. There's a very active weather still in areas of the Carolinas, Georgia, even down now into northern Florida. But all of those red boxes are the watches. All of those yellow boxes are severe thunderstorm warnings. This is where it's still very active this morning. As we go through the day, those storms will move through northern and central Florida. We could have our own showers here. It'll be very windy today, not a ton of rain, but especially overnight, a couple of showers still possible. As we get into tomorrow morning, we'll start the day with that front moving through. So by the 7, 8, 9 o'clock time frame, we're dealing with the downpour along the front. We'll stay cloudy through midday, and then things start to clear out for us. Much nicer weather, much lower humidity, still windy into Tuesday is expected. So we will be watching that. With that said, about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of rain expected. Not a ton. It's not drought buster, but we do desperately need the rain. With that said, check out our temperature change over the next couple of days. We're going from the mid-80s today to the mid-50s by Tuesday morning.
Weather.
Well, this morning it was a warm, muggy and windy start to the day. Our low temperatures right around the mid-70s, 75 Fort Lauderdale, 74 Miami. So we didn't fall any cooler than that. Even the Keys staying around 77 degrees. As we were heading out today, it stays windy. You can see the chop there on South Beach, and you can even see the windsurfer there. We are going to keep beach hazards, so stays windy and isolated shower temperatures going into the mid-80s. Tonight we'll have the chance for cloudier skies and a stray shower. Not going to be a ton of rain, but if you're headed out tomorrow for St. Patrick's Day, we're looking at the chance for rain mainly in the morning. After that, it'll stay cloudy and windy, a little bit cooler. You'll notice changes in that forecast, especially in the afternoon as the sun comes back out, and low humidity means it'll be nice, cool, refreshing by tomorrow evening for any of the plans you have for St. Patrick's Day. Otherwise, that front, it stays nice and far to our north. No severe weather threats today or tomorrow, even as it comes in, but it is going to give us some much needed rain in that forecast by tomorrow.